call it out. I'm going to look crazy. There goes Davon.
That's the eruption we were waiting for.
Yeah, I did nothing to her. And I just thought Tyler and Enzo and all that just standing there playing pool, like they couldn't give two fucks about Davon. They couldn't give two fucks about Bailey. They just stood there looking on. The ultimate lookers on, doing nothing. Bystanders.
They don't care because they're not in any way aligned with these people. I guess Tyler is slightly, but
Tyler's the one who caused this whole situation.
They don't care even more because they're black women. I think, don't you?
Yeah, and they don't want the drama. They don't want to get involved.
They're scared of perhaps their image, or what people might say about them. Do you think?
In the house, not in the outside world. I think they're scared of just, I suppose, getting
cancelled on Twitter.
Yeah, getting associated with it. No, they already are cancelled on Twitter for doing nothing, in my opinion. So, hold on. Bailey said to Christmas, "You took advantage of me," and Christmas was giving the whole "let me finish," White D style.
Yeah, then she stood up and got in Bailey's face
to face.
What was it with
shouting?
The fingers in her face?
Oh, I don't know. What was that?
I don't know. It's like she was doing little a
hex.
Little,
and Bailey said, "If I did that to you, I'd be labelled as crazy." And
it's funny how they use the term "crazy."
And Bailey and Christmas was on the balcony. Then she was up on the balcony, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Clapping like that. Yeah. And Bailey said in the diary room, "If I did that, I would be labelled as ghetto ass black girl." Don't you think that is just so true? That is what Big Brother has wanted from their black female contestants for years and years and years and years. And I have a history with this BBUS in particular, how they've had these stereotypical black female contestants, either been, the sassy sort of, black girl with attitude, as we're saying, or the kind of God-bothering type, like Dominique. It's been literally just those two categories of black person in BBUS.
That's the only two kind
those are literally the only two.
Kinds.
There aren't any other,
No,
according to Alison Gardner. And Davon and Bailey are trying so hard to not fit into either of those categories, which they absolutely don't. They're much more multifaceted than that and much more interesting. But Big Brother feels like it's still trying to stick them in these holes, and Christmas is allowed to be up there shouting and clapping and acting like a cunt and aggressive as fuck, and she's got
no consequence or no,
and she's got a fucking
fallout.
Domestic violence conviction. Would you want to be in that house with someone with a domestic violence conviction? Because I fucking wouldn't. I don't think you should be even allowed in the Big Brother house with any sort of criminal
conviction.
record.
No,
do you?
No, you shouldn't.
Unless you're a celebrity.
No, you shouldn't.
Because they've all got one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, if you do want good TV out celebrities, the criminals are the best.
What was your thoughts on this whole?
I thought it came out of nowhere, but now I'm reflecting on it. I thought it was all just a bit of a silly, altercation that didn't need to happen. But I guess that is the case. But looking back,
did it not upset you to see Davon and
Christmas
Bailey
got angry,
yeah,
because she was backed into a corner, faced with the truth of the fact that she had used the information that Bailey gave her in confidence,
trust, in good faith.
Didn't like it, started shouting, and in return, obviously, when someone shouts at you and you're in a confrontation, your adrenaline goes up, and
that's true.
You're gonna start wanting to shout back, or worse potentially. So I understand how Davon and Bailey would be triggered by that, because Christmas would trigger it in them by being aggressive.
Yeah.
So in response, you want to fire up and shout back, because I would.
Yeah, I would too.
But the problem is for them, it's bigger than that. If they do,
they're playing into it.
Yeah.
They're playing into that.
And it's all just a sticky mess of how black girls are perceived on reality TV, or portrayed in US Big Brother, or viewed in American society, or viewed in wider society. Mind you, we've seen it here with Hannah and Deborah as well.
Oh God, that's a very good comparison actually. Yeah. And when they flipped, there was that moment. It's like, oh, they got it. They got that moment from them. And then once they had that moment, it was like, you're fucked. And then they both were like, fuck, we fucking gave into it, and now we got to just play it as cool as possible. It's like everyone's entitled to have a blow. Everyone's entitled to have a row. Everyone's entitled to lose a temper. Yeah, it's just perceived in a completely different way.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. Because I feel like it should be fine for anyone to have a blow up. if it's in your character, or if that feels like you need to do it in that moment, you shouldn't have to stifle it because of what you think it looks like outside. Because in reality TV, I kind of want to see everything as it happens.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of pressure to maintain this image for some reason. Well, we know why.
We know the reason.
Systemic racism, whatever else.
It's such a shame because it would have been so good to see Davon and Bailey go off on Christmas.
Yeah, it would.
And she deserved it.
Like, Bailey obviously had that blow up where she was fuming last season she was in.
Yeah.
But like, I don't judge Bailey for that, and I don't go,
that was the best moment.
Exactly. Like, I don't go, that's Bailey being an angry black girl.
No,
that's an angry girl who happens to
be
black.
And also, she was at the end of her rope because she'd been double crossed by Tyler, and she was betrayed, and that was a perfectly normal reaction, apart from spurting blood from your mouth. To be angry and shouting is perfectly normal.
Yeah,
the blood was just an added bit of drama.
Exactly.
But don't you think when Christmas is clapping like that, and that's like a stereo?
What Bailey can't do.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, how come when Ica did it, no one said she was ghetto or said anything offensive about her, because Ica's iconic? Like, is it because Canada's a different context?
I think because Ica wasn't really angry in that situation. It was more. Don't you think it was more theatrical?
Sort of, yeah, possibly.
It was more theatrics. Whereas if you're clapping in someone's face who's really, really angry and is trying to stay calm as fuck, yet you're allowed to clap in their face. And how often do you see people clap in an argument like that? That's just like a reality TV thing. Like, I don't think that really happens.
Pots and pans.
It feels like it either consciously or subconsciously Christmas kind of turning that on them.
Yeah.
I can do this and you can't, or something. I don't know. There's something more to it.
I think it's exactly how it was taken by Bailey as well. It didn't seem like I think what we're seeing of Christmas is a very different Christmas to what we've seen before. It's a Christmas like no other, aka Christmas 2020. Where are you going?
I'm just going to go get the arse end of that wine.
Oh, okay. So Christmas last time around was obviously drugged up to her eyeballs, right? And she was also on like...
She was what? Up to her eyeballs?
Drugged up to her eyeballs. And she was also on that wheelie thing. So like we never saw Christmas really like get into a confrontation or be like this. So we don't know what Christmas is like in a row.
No.
So it seems like she's a different type of person to before.
I think she's the same.
I didn't think she was this much of a arsehole last time around.
She was though. You never liked her before.
I didn't like her, but I didn't dislike her.
Paul's little lapdog, wasn't she? Just one of Paul's little minions.
Pulled that everywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
It's on a tray. It's not like I just poured it over your feet. Look, there you go, dear. Anyway, so hold on, it's not over yet. So,
not over yet.
Hold on. Davon said, and now I'm going home this week. Because Davon kind of stuck her neck out with Bailey, didn't she?
Oh, yeah, but I was like, do you know what? Like, Davon was going, bear in mind that I haven't watched that before, but Davon was going, this is what they wanted from Davon. Like, does Davon have a history of blowing up? Because for me, like...
I don't think so.
If that's, like, a part of Davon's character, like, and people do want to see it, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because people probably... For the people in the house, they might use it as an excuse, but for viewers, they probably actually kind of enjoy it because they feel like this is Davon reacting how I would like to react in this situation.
It's funny because when she said that, I never thought of Davon like that. I've always thought of Davon as being like, a big character, a lot of personality, but not aggressive or shouting or blowing up. Like she brings the drama, but not in that sort of a way. Not in an argumentative sort of a way. I mean, she whipped her hair. But it was all it was all theatrics as well, I'd say. Like, it was all sort of fun. Whereas this was not fun. This was horrible to watch. Although entertaining to watch. So Christmas said, don't say I'm a bully and I attacked you personally. And then Davon and Bailey walked back in. Do you remember? They walked back in together.
Christmas was sat at the table.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She was like...
Christmas was going, what the fuck is personal game? Still going on about personal game. Personal game, Christmas, is when you win Big Brother. It's when you stop following orders. You stop trying to be one of the lads. You stop being a little fucking minion for the men. Game. You play your game and you win Big Brother. Why don't you fucking try it this year,
Speak
bitch?
to Nicole about her game.
Yeah, exactly. She knows. She knows. So Davon walked past with Bailey, and Davon went, "Shut the fuck up" to Christmas. And then Bailey went, "Stop adding fuel to the fire."
Yeah, Christmas said, "Do not leverage this to make me look like a bully." Was Christmas adding fuel though? I think not.
She
Christmas
was
just sat there.
No, she was bitching. She was going, "What the fuck is personal gain?"
Oh, okay.
And then
Davon said, "You wanted to provoke me. I'm provoked."
That
right?
was cool.
That
Yeah, that was cool. But then Day and Bay were in the diary room crying
together.
Yeah, I've got that, but I
don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, I haven't written anything else about that. I just found that whole thing very sad and upsetting to watch, and the fact that you just knew one of them was going home. It was just...
Well, they were both left on the block.
Yeah,
right?
they were both on the block, so you knew no matter what...
going out with the sour
what the rights or wrongs of the situation was, one of them was going home, and it was just kind of sad to see another victory for the bad side.
In a way, like, it's worse because this was all triggered by Christmas's denial of the facts. So Christmas kind of has the upper hand in this situation. And that's why I think Davon and Bailey feel so upset. Because Christmas has the power, from the position of privilege, but not taking the responsibility, triggered them, and then put them in a worse position.
I mean, Christmas got the position of privilege not only by being white, but being HOH. Tyler pretended to throw them a lifeline and didn't, and Bailey's already got a history with Tyler, so she was already on the back foot with him. So they basically had their hopes raised up. They then got into this massive row, and then they knew one of them was going home. One of their best friends is going home,
and then also felt they'd risked their image publicly.
Yeah, God, what a lot of things to all be spinning round together. And
now we've unpacked this, I feel a little differently about it. At first, I was like, "This is a pointless argument. Why is this happening?"
I felt upset about it when I watched it.
But do you know the most unnecessary part about all of that? The fucking tension music. Don't you think? Like, once they put that music over it, it makes everything seem 100 times worse. And I know that's the purpose of it, to build the drama.
Yeah.
But because they use it so aggressively on US Big Brother to tell the story, it makes it seem so much more kind of like everything's like kind of on a knife edge.
That's a good thing. I like that.
Whereas it may not be that if you took the music away.
You think it's
so maybe we should try and re-edit it with some more, like, the comical music.
Dodo music. There you go. If you're listening, that's a bit of a production tip for you. So then we had the speeches when they're on the block.
I feel like something good was said. No.
It was Davon
had a really strong one.
I've got it here if you want to hear it.
And Bailey went, everything she said.
Yeah. Davon said, "Justice for Breonna Taylor. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter, and that includes Black trans lives."
That is cool. Such an important message as well.
And she also implored the rest of the household to say hi to Cadence for her in the diary room. Something I noted, none of them actually did. That's her daughter, Cadence. And she said, "This black girl magic is forever." Bailey said, "Unlike Kaiser, I don't think you guys suck. Leave Kaiser alone."
Oh, she's still mentioning Kaiser.
Yeah, and they said they never campaigned against each other. And they wanted to show that... I never wrote it, but they said they wanted to show that you don't have to go against each other. You don't have to battle against each other.
Who said that?
What are you typing?
Oh.
Gaz is typing something.
No, I'm just correcting a spelling mistake in my notes for some reason, which is pointless, because I'm never going to go back and look at them.
They said they showed, you could work together and not have to go against each other and turn on each other at the end.
Well, they don't had quite long enough to do that, have they?
No. And then Julie had something peculiar to say.
Julie said something really fucking weird. She said, "Oh, the sequel to Thelma and Louise, right there. Am I right? Don't Thelma? Correct me if I'm wrong, but do they not drive off a cliff face at the end of the film?" Spoiler alert.
No correction needed.
I don't think Davon and Bailey knew what that meant. Do you?
Julie's either saying she wants them to die.
Julie's so off the mark all the time.
Her comments are so weird.
Why did she say? Sorry.
There is no sequel to Thelma and Louise. It's like, what the fuck?
No.
They literally die at the end.
It could be
Prequel,
a retelling. Maybe a reboot.
Go on.
Yeah, another thing Julie did. Did she not say to Cody, "Sorry about your dad's father"?
Oh yeah, what the fuck? That is weird.
Why would you ever say that? It's your granddad.
And did you notice Kevin went, "Oh, condolences to the Cody's family," because he couldn't pronounce Calafiore.
Oh. That's cute. That
Shout out to Paulie and Cody's dad. Sorry about you, your granddad. Got to remember, Paulie was on it before, and Cody's dad, who Cody enjoys snogging. Right. Yeah, you been kish, mate. So it was a sheep vote to evict Bailey.
Oh, everyone, wasn't it? Oh, and I haven't really got notes from the eviction apart from Julie said, what did you just call Memphis to Bailey? And she went Grandpa.
Julie said Tyler tried to fall on his sword for Day and Bailey. No, he didn't.
Makes him sound very noble.
Yeah, fuck that.